What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Karen's Kids Podcast, episode number 39.
39.
We got a fucking full studio today.
Yeah.
We got our recurring guest, Ernesto. You guys have seen him before. And we got a new one all the way from fucking San Diego? Sacramento.
You were close.
We were close. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Hey,
What's
cheers.
up, everybody?
Let's cheers.
Salud.
Oh, hell yeah. Clean. You got your non-alcoholic. Love it.
We need someone sober on here to keep us straight, right?
Dude,
No, it's just I'm a retarded talker.
It's a little
so.
sweet. Little sweet. I might have used a little
This one tastes like water, actually.
It's like the ice is perfect, you know?
All right. Oh, you hear that? My voice. This mic, I don't know if it's the headphones or this mic. It sounds
Just your voice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad. Fucking going through puberty.
If you start squeaking in a little bit,
Right. So, hey, Ernie. So, Ernesto here is probably my second most famous friend.
who's your first?
Mauricio.
Hey.
You might you probably reach more eyes.
That's a good
But
call.
he's probably more actually famous, though.
Maybe.
Anyways, oh boy here, I want him to...
That doesn't make sense, though.
Right? I don't know.
If he reaches more, the argument is that
I like it.
Ernesto might be more
And
famous.
that's why Jose is one of the bosses on this podcast.
Okay, I wasn't trying to... Hey, I'm not knocking you. You're doing something I'm not doing. I'm actually not even on TikTok. But that's what I wanted to bring up is like this guy, he just reached 600K on TikTok, which is kind of cool.
600,000.
That's crazy.
So that means every video
Bro.
he posts, potentially 600,000 people view it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Break down a little bit, like... I don't know, like what do you think? Your style of video is like your container shit, right? Like you call Miss. What is it? Explain it to the people.
So it's all about Miss Organized, my wife. So she, we moved in together. Obviously, we're setting up everything, and she has this like pantry closet. What was a closet? And she created this pantry. She's like, I can't wait for you to get home. I have something to show you.
Yeah.
She created this pantry, like, with all these containers of snacks. And I was like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? And for me, I just started the TikTok. And I was like, let me take a video. And let me just say, like, how she told me I have the little bowls. And so I grabbed my little bowl. And I just started kind of recording it. And that video, I think to date, it's up around, like, 15 million people saw it.
15 million.
15 million. I was like, oh, shit. Like maybe these videos I'm onto something, so then I just continued doing that, and then as time went on, she started to upgrade everything, and she upgraded it, and all of a sudden we were like at 100,000 and 200,000. Then things got crazy where like now companies they reach out and hey, we have this product, we want to send it to you, we want to fill up your pantry.
There's sponsors basically.
I'm over here like, come on in, I ain't gotta pay for it no more. Hell yeah, I'm like, I'll throw it out there. So
what are they sending you? What are you getting?
So shout out to Bustin' Snacks.
Big shouts. Want us to be a sponsor?
Yeah, come on in.
Hey.
Hell yeah. They have about 1.2 million followers on TikTok, and they send me a huge box.
What are they, a vending machine company?
No. They basically you can order in. So you make an order, and they have products from all over the world. They send me some Cheetos from Dubai. They send me some Doritos that are a Burger King flavor. Okay. Like you legit bite into this Dorito, and it tastes like a Whopper. Like it's awesome.
How much MSG's in that though?
Ooh, I'm not checking that.
How they doing that shit?
I don't know why. Maybe I don't want to check that, right?
Actually, it's probably other countries don't use the same
as much.
Yeah, we use the bullshit.
Yeah, but it's awesome. I mean, it's cool. Like the amount of people you can reach. I think our highest video is at 26 million. Wow. Which is cool, and some people reaching out, like and my little dog Canelito, shout out Canelito, my boy, he's my son. He's probably the most famous one out of all of us. I
was gonna say you're probably gonna start getting like dog clothes companies to try to put stuff on. Well, he got a jersey or something.
Yeah,
shit, right?
He was the first one to get sponsored. He polishes cookies. They're sponsored polishes cookies.
Wow.
They're from Dallas, and she reached out, and the company was like, hey, we want Canelito to try our treats. So he sent us out.
And he loved them.
They sent us out a batch of cookies. Like they ship all over the country.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
Now all of a sudden, Canelito has food. I'm like,
that's awesome.
All right, great. I got people.
That's just snacks, though, right?
It's a snack, yeah. So it's real cool.
like a food company comes and sponsors you, and now you don't even have to spend money on feeding them.
Oh, dude, 100%.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Little things here and there, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and,
that's awesome. What about like expanding farther than that? Are you thinking outside of that, like outside of what you're doing, like I don't know, containers or something?
Yeah, I mean, we have some things in line. I don't know if Miss Organized will let me talk too much about it, but we're in talks of doing something with that line of the whole point is misorganized.
Yeah.
You know, and she just organizes everything, which is cool. Because me coming into moving in together, I wasn't the most organized. So she,
right.
It's funny because a lot of the like women on TikTok are asking her like, how did you get him to do it? You know, like how did you get him trained him to this? I'm like, it just kind of went with the flow. You know, unos cuantos putazos en la cabeza, and I learned, right?
Nah, once you start saying I'm not gonna have sex with you unless you fucking clean up, boys.
You better organize this cookie or you ain't getting no cookie. Oh shit! All right,
damn, that was a slogan.
I'm over here like zoop.
Yeah, right.
Put it back where you found it. Yeah.
That's what's up, though.
So what does she say about all this? Like, is she? Because I mean, she's not. Nobody really knows what she looks like, other than like.
And that's the crazy part.
That's why it's better.
That's why it's better. Like, there, a lot of people are like, "Hey, what if it's something crazy where there is no misorganized? He's just the one that does
genius. That's 3D chess stuff.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy theory out there now.
And she's really like, she's a little shy. And I'm more of like kind of, oh fuck it, I'm just doing a video. I'll do videos anyway,
Right.
And so that's just, but it works out. She organizes everything, and I'm just the guy behind the camera, and doing my commentary, right?
Yeah, you're great because you have like that. You have that. You do all those voices, and you're so animated. It's hilarious to watch. I don't know if I told you, but my daughter, I showed her the podcast, the last one you were on, and she was like, "Oh my god, I follow that guy. I follow him."
That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, so
that's nuts.
That's the kind of reach you have. So
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We're excited.
Do you think this company is slowly killing you though? The more snacks you in there, the more you got to eat the snacks, the more you got to make the videos, and before you know you're 300 plus.
It's that's why I got to run every morning and try to be somewhat and to try to keep up, but I ain't keeping up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you do that. Fuck your excuse.
Fuck your excuse.
Hey, C.T. Fletcher though, he's the real one.
Okay.
Did you see him on Rogan? C.T. Fletcher
Recently?
No, it was like 2-3 years ago.
Maybe. I mean, I've seen all of
He no, but you see that one, C.T. Fletcher's story, his heart story.
Oh yeah. How he had massive heart surgery.
He had heart surgery. He got what he believes is an Asian woman's heart, and it grew to the size it needed to be for him. Here's the ashtray if you need it. That's pretty crazy, right? Getting a heart transplant, the motherfucker grows to your body size.
Wow.
It's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Was there anything else that he mentioned outside of like just being an Asian lady's heart?
Well, he just said
Does he have like feelings for like Asian guys?
Not I don't know about that, but he definitely had. You got room?
I don't.
He
know.
definitely said he had like instincts, like feelings of that he never had before, and he could tell that he just like, I don't know why, I just feel like it's an Asian woman's heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so did they tell him that it was an Asian woman's heart?
I don't think they could. I think they told him it was a female's heart.
So this is something that he feels. Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's interesting.
And I believe that, and you can hear the way he talks, and he's like, he's got his whole new outlook on life.
Yeah.
So he's like, nothing bothers me anymore. It's like, I got a new. It's like, you can't bother me if you tried. Wow. And it's like, that's like
Well, yeah. I mean, he almost died.
Right? No, he probably.
And now every day is a gift. I mean, yeah. If anybody's gonna learn that for sure, somebody was going through.
It just makes you appreciate the simple shit.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
I think that's the absolute key to happiness. It's just like, hey, I woke up today. I'm breathing. My body works. I've been doing a lot of walking around lately, and I was thinking, I'm like, do you know how many fucking tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 people wish they could just go for a walk? Yep. They would give every dollar they had just to go walk.
Right.
And it's like,
take shit for granted, man.
Don't take shit. Yeah, exactly. That's why every so often you got to remind yourself, hey, I'm fucking healthy. I woke up. I have a job. I have a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I got food. It's like, that's all the shit you need to really focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so we have a guest from Sacramento. Tell me about Sacramento. What's that like?
Well, actually, to all my people in 530. It's actually a town 30 minutes, 40 minutes to be.
Oh, it's like us repping Chicago when you're outside of it.
It's kind of like
it'd be like that sometimes. I understand.
I'm Chicago.
Aurora, right?
Yeah. So I was telling him that I was talking to somebody.
Yeah, so we're maybe like 40 minutes out from an actual city. So we live like in a little rural town.
Oh,
but,
cool.
I mean, it's pretty. We don't deal with like much traffic and
that's
that
great.
city problem stuff. So it's pretty relaxed.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You don't have all the homeless problem.
Somewhat. Yeah.
Oh, you do.
No, but not as bad as like city.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, Sacramento, which is like the closest one to us.
Oh, wow.
Talking about that, shout out to Los Charros y Taquería Los Charros. my cousin's taqueria out there.
Oh, okay.
Our whole family, we were born, raised out the womb with spatulas of taqueros.
Oh, wow.
For real.
Seriously,
Like,
that's awesome.
The whole family's fucking taqueros.
That's all Mexicans, I think.
but
they all could cook. But
specifically, like we're
from
legit. From our town, our hometown in Mexico, San Jose de Gracia, Jalisco.
Big shout out, San Jose.
I don't know the zip code there.
Hey,
let's call it 205.
I brought it up last podcast, but I was in Jamaica and we were in country, small town. So when I thought small town, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like, because you said don't have your expectations too high. It actually exceeded my expectations. It was big. It was more town than.
Well, because that was the first time that you were going to Mexico, not going to like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun. Right. It's like you're going to the streets. Right. Which is awesome, and it's a different experience for sure.
100%.
Was it? Yeah.
It was different. It was so much more poor. The 9 Mile in Jamaica was so much more remote. It was 2 hours inland. Like we were going away from all the fun, So San Jose was like a way better. I was like, oh, it was way nicer, way nicer.
Yeah, from the pictures and videos that I saw, it's definitely, you got beautiful plazas, like that old style Santa Fe buildings and architecture and stuff. Yeah.
One of my guys I did my apprenticeship with, his family's from same place. I saw him in the church. I saw his Snapchat. And what's crazy, he literally sat probably within a couple rows of where I was, because I could tell by the angle of the video. And I was like, oh, I'm like, are you at San Jose de Gracia? And he's like,
there Garcia.
And he's like, yeah, I thought your snaps were from there, but he's like, no fucking way. He's like, no fucking way. This guy's random. There.
Honestly, how many towns aren't there? Everywhere, man.
Yeah, right. And they all look the same, right?
That's wild.
Yeah. And at least the streets were, the streets were paved. There was parts of fucking that it's not. It's gravel. Yeah, it's fucking narrow ass roads. Yeah. Like. Yeah, it's not. If I would not want to drive there. There's no way. First off, it's the wheels on the opposite side, which is already its own fucking trouble.
Yeah.
But the narrow streets and the way they drive, I would be scared. I'd be going like 17 miles an hour tops.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Did you get to smoke out in Jamaica?
I did, and it was fucking bullshit.
Okay, which one was worse? The San Jose de Gracia weed that you smoked out there, or the Jamaica?
Okay, I have to be honest. The Jamaica swag was better.
Yeah?
Swag.
It didn't give me a headache. The Mexican swag gave me a headache. The Jamaican swag at least did. So they gave me 2 kinds. Yeah. So they gave me. I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, don't give me no bullshit." I'm like, "I don't want no fucking bullshit. Don't give me that." I said, "Don't give me that fucking tourist bullshit." And he's like, "All right, got you." So he gave me 2 tin foils. One was the fucking swag, but one kind of was like respectable. It was respectable Jamaican weed. It still wasn't great, and it's nowhere near anything we smoke over here. But at least it was smooth, and it didn't give me a headache either. It actually had a little smell, and it was the green. There was much brighter green, but the brown shit, it smoked. At least it got me high, but it wasn't. It was super weak.
Especially you that fucking know all about it. It's like
about that life a little bit.
Your expectations are, at the very least, you know it.
Do you want any more?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I turned into a snob. I started smoking it, and then my clique of friends early on in my early 20s and shit, like, I'm not gonna name them, but all the people they were all selling weed early, so I was plugged into good weed. Dude, I was plugged into when weed went from called Hydro. Hydro used to be, I had Dro. Remember your people got. So that was the indoor weed. Then it turned into like Kush. So when it was funny because I went to California, and it was funny how the verbiage is different in different, like how we use it. We use Kush, like loud, like exotic, like it's the upper echelon of weed. When I went to California to get shit, sometimes I was like, "Yeah, I just want some Kush." They're like, "Oh, all you want is Kush." You're like, "You don't want this?" And I looked at him like, "Oh yeah, this is Kush." He's like, "No." In order to call something Kush, it has to be in the genetics. Like Kush is a so I was like, "Oh, you know, we use it like, hey, it's just really good weed. It's like a category of weed, you know." So so all my friends, we were smoking like the new flavors when people were like, "What the fuck is this?" When I was first showing all my brother's friends, because that's who I targeted first. Yeah. I was like, "These motherfuckers buy weed, they might as well get it from me." Yeah. So I fucking showed them all the new shit. There it was like they never smoked no shit. They had the flavor. It was funny because the first good strands that came around here was called like Blue Dream, and now Blue Dream is such a like just a work weed. It's like a
oh damn.
It's like
that grade C.
It's like if you're thinking about cars, Blue Dream used to be a Rolls Royce, then now it's just like a Honda Civic.
Damn.
Same
reliable.
thing.
Reliable.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I get you.
The car analogy was good.
Right.
I'm glad you added to that.
I got you.
So they I forgot a lot of my whole train of thought. Oh yeah. Anyways, we just had the good weed, and then the first fucking pound of weed, which is a ridiculous. $5,600 was the first pound of weed. Okay, in relation now it's like 2,000.
Wow.
But that was back when it was illegal, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still, inflation.
It's still illegal. I mean, not anyone could just buy pounds. I think you have to have a dispensary license and all that. But this is all back in the day. So don't come after me. No, I'm just playing.
Allegedly, this is how it happened.
Yeah, no, but
allegedly.
Back in the day when I used to do that, crazy shit, the first pound I bought was $5,600. That means it's $400 an ounce. That's what I get it for. That means I had to sell it for $450, $500 to make any money. So imagine that, trying to buy an ounce right now for $500. That's crazy talk. It's absolute. Now there's like Snoop Dogg level weed that can still go for
invested in that
400.
stock when I had the chance.
Yeah, man. You know what? I don't think you could have. I mean, you'd have to know.
Nah, probably not.
In order to make money on the dispensary game, you had to be in the know.
Yo,
you had to know, like, oh, my homie just partnered up with fucking this guy, and he's got billions. This is going to be the company,
and it's coming in 2-3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, another one I missed out on. All right.
Yeah. Now there's going to be a new opportunity, man.
And
for sure.
and Bitcoin. Fuck.
What
did we miss out on Bitcoin?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't have $26,000 to buy one.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I swear to God, it was like, I don't know, 6 months ago, it was like 15 grand.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is definitely gonna be doubled up. I'm like, this is super low.
Or at least you can win.
It's gonna go back to 60. I guarantee it.
You mess with that kind of currency, right, Lalo?
Yeah. I'm mainly more into like the focus of like the meme coins, so like Dogecoin, for example.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a little Dogecoin.
I have backed up
Dogecoin
by Elon Musk, so it's just something so hard to drop. You're like, how?
I have Dogecoin.
How can I drop this when the fucking richest man, most like controversial man on Twitter is like advertising for it? You know what I mean? So
hey, that was one of those just in case, man. Put a little $100 or something.
Oh no, yeah.
It's not a lot of money you're in it, right?
No. Just
okay. But as long as you didn't drink the Kool-Aid fully.
A couple grand, but I mean, like, there's people that like probably put their life savings.
Oh, 100%.
For sure. Because it's like, yeah. I mean,
and pretty much went nowhere. Like,
you have to understand, by the time Elon Musk made that tweet, and it was already on the ethos, you're way too late.
You're behind.
You're way too. You're fucking 6 months late, probably.
And that's what pumped the price, because I mean, people were buying it even at 32 cents, which was already like fucking. That's moon for that.
Well, it started at 0. The fact that it went up to 32 cents is like,
it kept
that's
constant
impressive.
at like 6 cents around there. Then a lot of people, including myself, bought at 6 cents. So once it like mooned to 32 cents and people were still buying, it was fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. That's it.
I feel like the only thing with those doges and all those things that just doesn't, it's all fake. You just have to hope there's always new money coming in. I feel like, dude, crypto got so lucky that Corona happened because everyone got a stimulus check. I guarantee there's a certain percentage of, especially kids under 25 or whatever, that don't have a lot of bills.
Yeah.
They all were getting into NFTs was so hot at that moment, and crypto. Old people were finally hearing crypto for the first time from their grandson. The fact that it got so buzzed up. I don't know what created that, but I think it it was just perfect timing of it kind of starting to pick up, and then Corona happened, and everyone had nothing else to do. Let's look into other ways of income. Yeah. And then it does make sense that our money would be on the internet, and like, I think that word crypto is kind of a tricky word because it seems like everything's going internet. Why wouldn't our money go internet?
Oh, for sure.
So
Which
I think
inevitable is just a massive.
I think the U.S. is about to drop their Fed coin or whatever. I don't know if it's a Fed coin or whatever, but I think we're moving in that direction.
Yeah. It seems like it's like more and more, less and less people are carrying cash. People are paying for cash. Paying with that's all your debit card, everything.
Right. That's what the debit card was.
And that. I remember at first it was like if you were using your card, it was like, all right, well. Okay, well, typically people would have cash, especially us having a taqueria was receiving, and now you see the difference of how much the money's coming in through credit card, how much cash is coming in. That's crazy.
Right. It's just it's because you can't track cash.
I'm gonna have to have one of those Bitcoin ATMs. Like I've seen some of those.
Yeah. Why not?
Where you can deduct or take out money off of a Bitcoin,
or they can pay in Bitcoin and it'll do the whatever.
The transition,
whatever the calculations are.
That's pretty cool.
So whatever happened to all the stuff, all the
the NFTs?
The NFTs, yeah. Whatever happened with that?
It blew up because it's a scam. All the scams.
So it's gone.
Out. It's not that it's gone.
It's definitely there still.
Listen. One of my boys, Pat. He just went. Designer the rapper, right?
Yeah.
He came out with his own brand of NFTs called Land Lost. And the idea with some of people were supposed to have tangible assets that came with NFTs, meaning like it could be an invitation to a party, or it could be like you could have you could buy merchandise. As long as you have an NFT, you're allowed to buy this merchandise. Yeah. That's what the whole thing with NFTs kind of was like it was supposed to be I don't know.
Some type of membership.
Exactly. Whereas like invite only, you got to have this board 8 to come to this party. So he has one of those things. It's called Land Lost, and they kind of look like, I think they're like dinosaur NFTs. And it's designers, and I think it's Red Band, from Joe Rogan, Red Band, and the Canadian Red Band. Yeah. They paired up and they started this Land Lost. Now my boy Pat, there's always a Discord. Right, that's where they keep the chat room of the whole community alive at. My boy, he manages it, so he gets paid Ether to do this weekly, daily, actually. Every day. So Pat...
Devereaux?
Yeah, he literally keeps
his... Pat?
Right, he don't watch these. And I'm giving him a big...
big shout out, right?
Right.
Fuck you, Pat. What's up, man? How you been, man? Long time no see. We went to high school together.
And they just
great baseball player. Wow.
So they just had a party like last week in L.A. Designer did a little show, and you had to have a Land Lost to go there. So, anyways, I forgot the reason me bringing even all that up. But
I was just wondering what happened.
What
to
happened
the
to
NFTs.
it? Yeah. Okay, so a lot of communities died. If you didn't have a Pat there, it just died.
Oh, okay.
There needs to be a Pat in all these places for it to stay alive. People realized what it was. It was like they're all pump and dumps. Like fucking Logan Paul. All these people got in trouble.
Allegedly.
Well, I think he was supposed to do something where
in
his NFT morphed.
It was a game. He like tried to sell the idea of like a game involving like NFTs, kind of like a I forgot the concept. It was kind of like it was called Crypto Zoo.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the idea was kind of like players were gonna be able to buy and like breed different types of eggs with different type of animals and make like it's kind of like a Pokemon. Man.
Yeah, okay. They can
merge them together, and like I think the more rare, like the more money they would cost, and it just never came out, and a bunch of problems, and people invested millions before the game even fucking launched.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So it just didn't go through, and people lost millions, and just blame Logan Paul for it. But I mean.
But he supposedly said he's gonna give money back, but it's been all lip service so far.
I seen CoffeeZilla expose him for it, so that's
exactly. Okay, we probably watched the same thing. That's exactly. That dude's pretty cool. You know who CoffeeZilla is?
No.
This guy.
I don't know who CoffeeZilla is. Okay,
look into this dude. Big shout out to him. He'll never see this, but this guy he's basically a journalist. And he goes in and he exposes he just does deep dives into scams, into all of it. And he calls people out by name. And,
interesting.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and
we need that. Actually.
And he did all that with the Logan Paul because he's like,
that's a good way to get disappeared.
It just proved that like
unalive.
Right,
they're calling it unalive now.
It proved that like, if you're like famous enough, you have a big enough following, and you can just sell them bullshit. The thing is that how many times will it work?
Hey,
right.
I'm
right.
I'm only
how many
kidding.
times
Only
will
allegedly.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
It's all about will it work?
Right.
And can you do it multiple times? Because like if you got scammed once, you're like, well, fuck this guy.
But one good one.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a legend.
I'm just
kidding.
The older I get, I swear to God, everything's a fucking scam. Dude, I'm telling you, if you follow the money in any industry that makes money, there's a scam going on.
Damn.
Dude, I seen this thing where I think it was on Vice, and the guy, the scam is still currently going, so he couldn't explain what it was. But these hood dudes knew how to scam the government. I don't know if it was the PPE loans, the whole thing during Corona, or it's other loans that they're able to just keep. I don't know. I think they put money on debit cards. I don't even know the scam. He's like didn't even want to explain it, but all he said is like every credit card he had, it was $10,000, and he fucking had tons. He goes, I don't need the dope game is old. It's like the new scams is where it's at.
Oh shit!
It's like I've been so infatuated with fucking scams because it's like I just wonder the mind. First off, because did they make it up or is scamming always a passed down thing? You know what I'm saying? I guess like the new scams have to be thought up, but there's probably like a book of like fucking scams. How to like because there's got to be a psychology. It's they understand psychology. That's what I like about it. In an evil way.
I think the biggest scam is these billionaires that don't pay taxes. These billionaires that get away with shit. I mean, you got to be smart enough to do it. I mean, if I was smart enough, I could get away with it. I would do it too.
That was the point. Exactly. I'm glad you said that because it's not their fault.
No. Yeah, exactly.
They're not breaking the law.
Shit. I mean, I'm just saying that.
They just know those certain loopholes that.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, but why
why
don't you learn it?
That feels to me like a scam, right?
Why don't you learn it?
No. 100%.
Right.
I'm trying to. That's for sure. I want to be part of that side. Talk
No,
shit about me.
You got to pay people for that.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's a certain type of people that are especially good at that.
It takes money to make money, man.
No. It takes a good idea to make money.
Well, yeah. That's true.
No, it takes follow through to make money.
Oh, that too.
Because you know who's really good at ideas and no follow through?
Oh,
This guy, dude. I'm so good with ideas, but zero follow through.
I mean,
not zero, but maybe 2% follow through.
that's pretty much zero.
that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever, be like that sometimes.
Hey, man, but about ideas, man. Like that's one of the things when we started our food truck. The idea was that at one point we wanted to open up a brick and mortar. We started Ofrenda food truck. We're going on year 8. We brought it and we sat on it for a year just trying to get the other half of the money to fix this thing up because it was expensive. Everything had to go in custom. Literally gut this thing out.
$700, but go ahead.
Yeah. per square foot.
Now we're talking about 10 square feet.
Yeah. But the idea was, hey, we're going to try to build this kitchen in a van and then eventually get a brick and mortar. We didn't know it was going to be 7 years or 8 years later, but we're there now. We finally have our building. It's under construction now, and hopefully Ofrenda Cantina will open up 2023, the year of Jordan.
Dude, hell yeah.
Dude,
I'm so excited for it.
Even if it's 24, then it's Kobe. So either one.
Yeah.
I got exactly a year and a half to finish this thing.
Hell yeah.
Is it gonna be all reggaeton music the whole time? What are we talking about?
Monday through Saturday.
We gotta have 1 or 2 days of house music.
Yes,
deep house.
That's the ideal for this place, especially being in Berwyn, right? Like we've been in Berwyn.
You gotta bring that modern fucking new money. I'm telling you, Berwyn's ripe.
Look at the idea. The idea is that this is a place that you don't have to go to the city to get that experience, right?
Right.
I'm that person. I'm that person that goes out to the suburbs. I'm that person to the west suburbs. I'm that person that goes down to the city. Berwyn is right smack in the middle. Mm-hmm. You're 15 minutes away to the city. You're 15 minutes away from the west suburbs. We're a stopping point. Especially on Route 66, one of the biggest, largest roads in the U.S.
Yep.
Ogden. So for us, seeing how many thousands and thousands of people just pass through there is amazing. Yeah. Having our business on Ogden would be that much more. That's the place to be. For us. So the idea of this place is to be a very more modern. Obviously, we're going to focus on the cocktails. We're going to focus on having a shareable menu. So we're excited, man. And hopefully sooner than later we'll be able to do more and show the renderings of how this place is going to turn out. And it should be exciting, man.
Dude, I'm excited. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I love that. That's really freaking awesome.
I mean, it's scary. It's my first time, or my brother and I's first time, really building out a place from scratch. And, it's like we have the idea here, but how to bring that to life is...
What'd you say? I think with like the whole ofrenda, before that was even invented, it was just you guys together just on pen and paper and just start from scratch, man. So if you guys were able to build that at once, dude, you guys can definitely do it again.
And it all started with an idea, man. We were sitting down.
It was all a dream.
Hell yeah. and that's what it was. And we're like, hey, that'd be cool. Like, what if we start a food truck? My brother, he works in culinary, like, and everything. So it was really awesome. And my parents have had the restaurant for over 30 years. Yeah. So it's not like we just we were mechanics and all of a sudden decided to be in the food industry. No, we've been a part of it our whole lives.
How long before you turned a profit?
I mean,
projected. What are your projected profits?
Well, we're projected to fucking kill right off the bat. That's the fucking mindset. That's the fucking mindset.
No, but with your food truck, how long did it take you to?
Well, dude, the first year was all trying to pay this motherfucker off, like, and we didn't probably turn a profit to almost year 3. Because it's also seasonal, you can't we're in Chicago, these winters are fucking brutal. Right. Like, you're not going to be out there trying to sell at these breweries or parties or festivals. None of that's going on.
Yeah. A real Mexican would.
100%. Those eloteros go ham all year round.
Like, power to them. We got bills to pay.
Yeah, I get it, but that was always good with us because we could always fall back and working in the restaurant with my parents, so that's a huge advantage. And even to have a kitchen to work out of. So yeah, I mean, going into year 3, everything was paid off, and then me and Fernando were making some money, and still working at the restaurant at the same time, saving up and getting ready for this idea. And dude, fucking time flies, man. I'm going on year 8, and we'll finally have our place.
That's awesome. What are you gonna name it?
Ofrenda Cantina.
Okay. And you're thinking it's more bar first with a food menu. Or is it a small restaurant with a bar?
I like to say how Mr. Temple says it. He's like, it's a bar disguised as a restaurant.
Ooh, that was $15,000 for him to say that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the idea. I mean, we're gonna really focus on the cocktails, but we're not gonna be also where I'm gonna say, it's bar food. I hate that word. It's not bar food. I got to put some respect on my brother's name.
Hell yeah. Big shouts, Fernando.
Big shout out to Chef Pepin.
It's therealchefpepin.com. And no, he worked in Michelin star restaurants. He knows what he's doing. That's why it works out with me and him, because he's culinary focused. I'm more front of the house, and we can come together and kind of make a cool experience. And it being in Berwyn, why not? You know what I mean?
What do you say, Ernie? He does the cooking, I do the talking.
That's 100%. What do you want to sell?
He's the back of the house, you're the front of the house.
Hell yeah, and it worked out that way, So, and obviously with our family having our back, it's even more reassurance. Like we're taking everything. We're quarterbacking this project, but. We can't do that if our family doesn't help us out. So
I know for one fact it's gonna be painted well.
Oh. So I got this really, really cheap painter. Right? My boy Dino right here, man.
Found me at Home Depot. I was like, trabajo.
And also to kind of go off that in a roundabout way, I feel like also like your work on TikTok, man. That's just like, it's fun for you, right? Oh, yeah. But it's also something that's gonna in the long run help, because I assume fans go into the restaurant and kind of like, hey, Taquero10 works here, Taquero. Yeah. And once you have your own place, just like, even if you sponsor, not like make every TikTok about it, but just kind of put it out there, dude. You're going to have people it's going to get out.
Parlay it, or are you going to start a new one?
No, but we're going to start one specifically for Cantina Ofrenda.
Right.
But like he said, man, he's completely
right. But you
can
drive it there.
Because we... imagine being able to throw out a video. We're projected to be at 1 million by the time this place opens. So I'll be at 1 million followers. Room is organized. That's crazy. Even if 1,000
shout out Miss Organized.
Shout out Miss Organized. Thank you very much.
That's her Christian name, by the way.
So that's crazy. Like, of course we're gonna fucking piggyback off of that. I mean, and definitely have it so that if we're on that social media side of it with Cantina Ofrenda, like shit, like. That's our marketing right there.
Oops, sorry. I thought that was gonna be the claps. My fault.
That's just scared me.
It was really loud. My fault.
But yeah, man, we're excited.
I shit myself.
2023.
Wake up!
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was the weed, if that really happened, or.
I thought that was gonna be the clap. There was supposed to be an audience claps.
That's pretty cool.
I timed it right, but it just didn't hit the right button. I mean, it's my fault. I killed it. But that's what's up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I already know it's gonna work because first off, all the people are gonna come that know you. That's a big number just itself,
for sure.
And then as long as you deliver, which I know you will.
Yeah.
So and you gotta have that. I'm sure you already know. I'm just saying it, but you gotta have that Instagram moment picture. Everything's gotta be picture worthy. Like course. All the backdrops gotta be like. I'm not saying what you gotta do, but you know what I'm saying.
Dude, you're right. And hopefully it's painted right.
Right.
But of course.
Neon lights. You gotta have those stupid little, those girl. You gotta have you gotta have some little wings. Make sure you got some wings on the walls.
Take the picture. All right, here's one.
I'm not a slut.
Here's one of them. I like that. Here's one of the decors that's gonna be the Instagrammable. And it's pretty funny. So my dad about 15 years ago. Like he went through a little phase where like he was buying like stuffed animals,
like taxidermied.
Like he bought he had like like the half a deer that you put on the wall.
Okay. Oh, mounts.
Right? Yeah, mounts. So he started getting those right in the basement. Then he all of a sudden came with
as a kid seeing all that.
He came with a bobcat, like a legit bobcat, and it had like a squirrel that had just killed. This guy's coming home with these things. And once we thought we didn't think it was gonna get like to a certain point, he bought a bull, like a full blown balls and everything bull, like huge, big face, like it's fucking real. And he's had
Cock's
it
still there too, by the way.
The shaft is still there.
The fucking baby's arm still hanging.
Fucking hammer. Wow. But the idea is, our concept, our logo, and everything is about Dia de los Muertos, right? And the alebrije.
That's Day of the Dead, by the way.
And alebrije is like an animal. It's like you heard what an alebrije is? Do you know what an alebrije is? And Dia de los Muertos, it's like an animal, right? It's an animal that passed away. Let's say your dog passes away. The idea is that he's alive in the afterlife, right? And that week for Dia de los Muertos, that day of as well, you'll be able to see him, right? And he'll have his wings. So for us, like this bull. Like without my dad knowing is like the mascot, like the front of this whole thing. Yeah. So we're gonna have this bull. I'm not gonna say where we're gonna put it in the place, but this bull is gonna be hanging a life-size bull in this fucking bar. But we have a story to it, and it's crazy how it all came together without even I'm not saying we planned this 15 years ago. Like, no, it just worked out, which is cool, Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
That's why I told the designer. She's coming into her name is Ada. Shout out Ada.
Big shouts, Ada. Yeah. How's she looking?
She's a designer, man. Like the way she's gonna be looking this place, hopefully is badass, Okay. And that was one thing I told her. I'm like, there's two things that I'm like are non-negotiable. I was like, I need to have like TVs. Like because we want to be a place that can the boxing fights, the sports, right?
Big events,
which she wasn't a big fan of, because she's like, it takes away from my vision, which I get it though, but I was like, I need to have it though.
The bar area at least.
I'm like, and two, this bull you have to make this bull look badass. It's going somewhere, like and so we got some real cool like ideas and such a badass Instagrammable. Picture with this bull.
Suspended from the ceiling?
Hell yeah. If people suspend cars, they could suspend this bull.
You should do that too.
Hell yeah.
Put a car up there. That's a fucking badass idea now I think about it.
Honda Civic?
No. It's gotta be a lowrider. No, El Camino for sure, dude.
I'm a fucking Tesla. I'm gonna put up there.
Just say, hey, we got fuck you money.
Tesla would be fine as long as it has that lowrider paint job.
We did have a crazy idea, my brother and I, of taking apart the food truck and putting some of the pieces of the truck in as decor.
I got another idea. You cut in the brick and you put the truck lined up to it, so it's almost like a walk-up window. Yeah. Oh. Hey, listen. That's not cool. All my ideas are good, but some are.
Yeah, but we start maybe the hood or a door or something. Yeah. Something that was where we started.
Where's the dance floor going though?
Oh. Yeah, I think we have a specific dance floor, right? It's not a club, right?
Tables, right? The top of it. Make the tables, reinforce the tables. So that's the dance floor. Now we're talking. Listen.
$1 million franchise.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, man.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, we're excited, man.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited that, first off, you're doing it. I love seeing friends succeed. And then in a very selfish way, it's like 4 blocks from here. So it's super close to walk. And it's going to be my spot. And I will have a stool that's a little different than the other ones, and everyone knows that it's my stool.
You know, that's the cheaper one that we didn't pay for, right?
It's the one I always shit stains on. Yeah. I don't shit myself. Speaking of that, this guy, tell him about the big box of dude wipes you got.
Oh, dude wipes.
Dude, tell me about that. I saw that story now. I was like,
shout
pa que se limpie el culito.
Yes, shout out dude wipes, man. My ass hasn't been cleaner in the past 35 years, man. Like,
dude, what do you wipe it with?
The wipes. Oh man.
Hey, are we sponsoring?
Hey, I said one on the TikTok I did with him. I'm like, hey, these are great for your FHA. And what the fuck is FHA? Face, hands, and ass. You know, like, hey, dew wipes. Like, yeah, they're awesome. They send me a care package. I have dew wipes for like the next 4 months. Like,
listen, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. Like, that's pretty cool that companies are like, oh, this person could be something. Let's give him our stuff so he reps it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're on the right path.
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about it is, you know, we still do the same kind of video. You know, it's not like we're really trying to specifically, hey, and like it cuts off and you're doing a dude wipes. Yeah, but it's, you know, we put it in and it works out.
Did they ask you to do that?
No.
Or are you just doing it? You feel obligated to do it?
Well, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, the idea is that they're watching our TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. And we're doing these pantry videos. Like, for instance, Rice Krispies. You know, I call them arroz inflados. Rice Krispies hasn't sent me no Rice Krispie, but they're in most of my. Everybody knows arroz inflado. The people that follow the TikTok, right? But and I'm talking about Rice Krispies, you know. So I'm not that every item in there is sponsoring me or sending me stuff, right. But the ones that do are that they're willing. I mean,
and you're like Ferrari,
Ferrari,
and then Ferrari.
You know, like Hummer.
Yeah.
I would love to ride in a Hummer.
That can mean a couple things.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well,
you know, I think you deserve it.
So no, you do, because it's like you don't. It's not something you even like brag about for yourself to other people, man. It's just like in like just that character of like the episodes you do to put any other person in, it won't be the same, because it's like you're in your natural state, bro. Like most of your fans probably don't know how you are outside of the TikToks, but we know, and that's like your character, bro. So it like really just fucking fits well, bro. That. It's like no extra work for you. It's just natural flowing, and that's why pues, estás pegando, güey, la neta.
And I was like, well, I mean, I was gonna do these videos anyway, but if you want to send some dude wipes, like, hey, that's cool, man.
So okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And that's why I'm like you said, not that I feel obligated to put them in, but for me, it's more like an appreciation. Like, hey, they think I'm pretty funny, or they think I'm cool. They think Ms. Organized is for real organized, or she's real. Yeah.
All right, so let's brainstorm ideas. Let's brainstorm one good idea for TikTok. All right. Have you tried dude wipes? Have you tried like using it as like cleaning up your mess?
Oh well, the whole dude wipes thing just happened like
that's what I'm saying.
3 days ago.
So the
idea is for that. Like, I mean, like typically I do like a misorganized or like reorganize the restroom, you know, the washroom, and so she has me like a badass corner, all my things set up. When I was living by myself, I had one drawer for everything, you know, like this girl has drawers for everything, you know, like, oh shit, you know, so, which is cool. And so now it's like, but it's true. I don't know if she's mind fucking me, but it's like now that I get my toothbrush, I catch and I put it back where I found it. And it's like typically when I was living on my own, I was like, put it down. I had shit kind of everywhere. Boom, I gotta go. I gotta go work. I gotta go this, and I don't know. It's just I've gotten to the habit. I feel like TikTok has helped me out too, because now, you know, I'm 15 minutes, 20 minutes before I'm leaving. Oh shit, let me put up my video for the day. I'm putting a video every day, sometimes twice a day, and just to be consistent, you know, and that means I'm putting my shit away every day. So it's like it's great awesome. In a wild way. My misorganized fuck me, man.
Can I tell you that?
She got what she wanted.
I can tell you the real reason.
What's up?
She would yell at you.
She would hit me.
No, it's happened to me too. I just didn't want to hear it. It's like, oh, if I leave this thing, I'm gonna hear shit for this. Yeah. So then you got it's right? A self-correcting thing, and it is from the women. But they yell at you enough because you didn't put it You're probably like me. I leave shit all around, and it even by myself now, I try to be tidy. Like my place is pretty clean. It's like, but it's way more of a. It used to never be a conscious thought.
Yeah.
A woman made it a conscious thought in me. You know, it's like, oh fuck, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
and then sometimes
I'm aware of it.
and then sometimes you feel like an asshole, right? Because shit, I get home and man, everything's fucking clean. It's awesome. What she does in like an hour, I can't do in 4 days, bro. No, legit. Sometimes I'm just sitting there with my dog, we're watching a movie, and she's and like just getting, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, all my shit's washed, all my shit's pressed, everything's like, oh damn, like, and so you know. I don't want to be an asshole either and be like, okay, take something off, just throw it. Now I'll be like, okay, I'll go put it away. Like,
exactly.
Thank you. You know, that's my thank you of like, you know, just picking up after. I know it's not like a big deal, but it is because for me, like I didn't do that before. I didn't have that habit. I had a bad habit. I'm like,
you guys need to have Misorganized and Ernie on episode 1 for the one time. With her too.
She was here a little bit.
No, but like actually on the mic, so she's like,
she was scared.
Yeah, she's scared.
She doesn't want the fame of these 65 people watching them. You know,
67.
It's 67. Do you know how many eyeballs that is?
You double that.
130.
Double that number.
That's a lot of pressure,
baby.
man.
You like that math? That was quick math.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of credit.
Yeah, that was funny. I was going to say that, but then I said double that because I didn't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, isn't it funny? Because if somebody asks you like, oh, what's 7 times 9? You have to like, fuck, what is it? You have to think for a minute because like you haven't used your basic math skills in so long. But it's there still. What is the answer? What is it?
63.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good job. I was still counting.
You're like,
I was like,
round and 2, subtract. Did you ever see
Minus?
Are you guys watch The Office?
I've seen it before.
Okay, there's an episode where Michael, he has to go into another paper company, and he's just trying to get information like how big is their business, how many clients, blah blah blah. So he walks in, talks to the owner, and they start. Fuck, man, I forgot the whole. Man, my mind's blanking. Hold on.
Michael Scott, Office.
Yeah. Okay, the whole point. I lost it. I'm overthinking it, and it lost it. Pass.
That's not what we want.
What are you doing there? What do we got going on there?
I don't know why I did that.
Perfect distraction. Thank you.
What?
The perfect cutaway, yeah. Good cutaway.
Extremely sexy voice.
I don't know why I was doing that.
suck at the intros.
Do
it's
you?
like I feel.
I think they're really good. I mean,
I don't know. Like,
I used to like when you would come in and you'd be like, "Holy shit, folks!"
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Exactly, but that
You know what I like too, like that you should continue doing is
having you on.
yes, obviously, right. I have to be an asset to this.
You're my second most famous friend. I gotta kiss up. I gotta kiss up to him.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to be number 1, so I'm gonna continue working.
Yeah.
Right.
Sir.
But no, but when you mention someone that doesn't see the podcast, you're like, he's never gonna see it. That even when you make this podcast successful and people are watching, whenever you mention someone, you continue. He's not gonna fucking see this shit. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. I appreciate
giving
that.
ideas.
You know, you could leave that in the comments section. There's like
the comment that you're not gonna fucking leave it there.
Somebody wrote something in Spanish. Did you read the last one? Mm-hmm. What did it say in Spanish?
It's,
Good job. God loves you. Some cult stuff.
Don't do podcasts. You said in Spanish, right?
Do you think there's some successful cults? There's got to be successful cults that are just continuously going on right now, right?
Every single cult you know the name of. Right? Right?
Hey, I didn't get that what you said at first, but I get it now. That's true. How did you get to know about it? Obviously, you're doing something.
Because there's obviously cults that exist that we don't know.
What's the difference between a cult and a religion?
Nothing. They're exactly.
It's just different words, right?
Same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
What's a cult?
Because it hits all the same notes.
Y'all talking
Same
fighting
thing.
words, right?
No. I thought about that actually yesterday.
Oh, there is a difference, actually. There is a difference.
One has.
The leader wants to have sex with everyone.
Well, that's it. Always turns into. They don't start. That's what I'm saying, Ken. Is it just power corrupts you? At some point, you just get powerful, and you're like, I need to fuck all the women to show my dominance, like a fucking king lion.
Yeah.
It's like
shit.
you know. That's what. Yeah, that's it. I think that's where it goes downhill. You fuck some dude's wife. And you swore he wouldn't, and this guy's like your third hand man. You fucked his wife, And he's the one who's gonna stir up the shit and start getting fucking. Oh yeah, they don't feed us and whatever. Right. They make us have orgies and
eventually the men start doing the men too, right?
Why not? A hole's a hole, you know.
A hole's a hole. Yeah.
In the dark, with eyes closed, it's not gay. That's what I heard.
This guy, a hole's a hole. Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, I've listened to podcasts where dudes talked about when they were in middle school, they would jerk off in front of each other. Have you guys ever jerked off in front of another dude at any point in your life?
Never.
Right? No. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people are like, oh, it's kind of normal. It's like, yeah, it would just like there would be a jerk off corner.
Maybe
and,
in Mexico
everyone could switch off going to the jerk off corner, and then they would have bets who could jerk off fastest. Who come? I'm like, that never crossed any of my childhood shit.
I'm sure those kids grew up and now they're.
Well, they're comedians and stuff. It's like I listen to a lot of comedians of podcasts.
Comedians.
And they say it's like it's so normal. And I'm like, that's
it's not normal. It's not.
Or maybe it's like by region or something. I don't know. Like you're more in these fucking Wisconsin fucking who knows, like these little like
Wisconsin.
I don't know why.
If you're a Green Bay Packers fan, maybe you're doing that. And I don't know.
There's not one person from Milwaukee that watches this.
That's funny.
Anyways.
Yeah, we have some Wisconsin fans.
No, we don't. No way.
Yeah, I have people I know up there.
You just lost 12 of them.
Yeah, you're like, I know them, but it's not like they watch this.
They definitely do.
I wasn't lying about the Green Bay Packers. I don't like them.
Maybe.
I don't like it either.
You ever see those people who are like, oh, you pay 1,000 for 10,000 views? Well, we should do that.
No.
No. You know, like, what is that? Does it even work, or is it just a 100% scam?
I don't.
Or is it like a bot generated thing where they can assure you 10,000?
I wonder if they just spend all their day creating other, like, you know what I mean, like other, what are they?
Well, here's an example, right? So there's a company that reached out, and they're like, basically like on Instagram, I think they have like, I don't know, like 11 million followers or something like that, right? And so that's what it was. They're like, if for a certain amount of money, we'll post one picture, you know, that you give us, you know, and that's guaranteed for you to get 3,000 followers. Like it gives you like a range, like 2,000 to 3,000, because their output, because obviously 11 million people can see it. Maybe some people are gonna like that because they posted it, and so they're gonna have your link. That's kind of what happened to me. A couple of people that follow. Or because of TikTok, I linked my Instagram, and like now my Instagram went up like 2,000 people or something. Oh, you know, like
that's cool.
And so now I'm like I'm close to like 4,000 or something, or 3,000 something. And but that went up in like the past like month. You know, it's crazy. And I don't really mention my Instagram on TikTok, but if you like the band, follow me on Instagram. And that's where it lives.
Mention it exactly.
But
real close to Dino lives that life. So right? Interesting.
You like that, huh?
Very interesting.
We gotta see who started the Instagram
first.
But yeah, that's crazy because you could. So what I was getting at is that for more money, it was like, okay, now we'll do a picture, we'll do a reel, and then we'll do a mention. And so now you're really kind of like making your 11 million followers, I guess you could say, see that post, and so then maybe, and that kind of guarantees you like 9,000, 10,000 followers or something like that. But it's all money. You can put on money. And I think that's an example of how that works. But I mean, I don't know.
A variation. Cause
I've never done it.
You can also buy followers, like for a certain price. It'll give you like 1,000 or 5,000, whatever, however much amount you pay, it gives you that amount of followers. But then they're just all bots. So I don't know in the long run how much that benefits you.
And what's interesting is you could have bots that just leached onto your account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every time I post something, I always have 3 or 4 bots. It's always different names.
Yeah.
It's always, and I'll post it, and in a fraction of a second, they already hit the love.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Yeah. Absolutely. So, and I know what it came from because I had I rarely ever leave comments, like if I scroll through Barstool or whatever. Like once in a great while, if I think of something funny, it's always something funny. And there was this one video, it was like, okay, it was a European video. You know when there'd be a guy, he'd have a soccer ball, put it on the ground, and he'd pass it to somebody. A random person walking, and if they passed it back, he would put like a +1.
Oh, yeah.
And he would always show negative. And it was a basketball thing. He was like in Venice or something. It was like some European like backdrop. And all the fucking people were shooting baskets. All of them missed. All of them missed. All of them showed miss. The first black person that they showed, he made it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I just who's gonna say it first? That was the comment, right? It's weird that I even recognized it. I even remembered it. It's pathetic, actually.
That's hilarious.
It's pathetic, really. But what's interesting, it had 100,000 likes or something. It's something, whatever.
Yeah.
So there was bots that just leached onto my account. So from that, so for several, which is interesting because I have firsthand knowledge of that whole thing that Rogan talks about that. The internet research where they have bots just fuck with people all day, because for weeks bots were just talking shit and you would click on their account and it's like nobody's posting on this thing anymore. It's just bots going at each other. But because I left a comment or whatever, I kept getting notifications for it.
Oh, shit.
So I would see it and weeks would go by and it'd be like, oh, he likes a bit of sausage. And I'm like, who would even say something like that, right? And you click on it, you could tell it's a bot right away. I'm like, oh, could you imagine? That's what probably is what's happening when people get up in arms on the internet. It's like there's a certain percentage of bots in there fucking with people, just adding fuel to the fire, to actually trying to make it more extreme.
Yeah.
So it's I think about that a lot. How much is the Twitter and the whole internet ethos of oh, people are enraged about this thing? Because it's interesting because obviously the whole internet life is not exactly what's in reality, but for some reason people are up in arms on the internet and then it affects the reality business. But you know what I'm saying? And that whole internet fight thing could be bot bullshit, and it's the bots are the ones emailing these CEOs this guy's gotta go, I'm not giving Kohl's money for whatever company, it's a CEO, whatever, it's
just stirring up shit.
And it's that could be 99% bot driven.
Oh yeah,
right.
And it's and then you'll get the people who are fucking live their life online yeah, those fucking, that does bother me too, and then they add to it, and then this bot's well, yeah, and then the fucking Trump, and then it's all of a sudden it turns it they just rile people up. It's there's a lot of that, and it's interesting. And I'm sorry to keep rambling, but I've been at places where I was painting side jobs, and there was painting this old guy's house. He was trying to paint it. He's about to sell it and retired and all that shit. He had an older son. I don't know his age, older than me for sure. Probably late 30s, early 40s. And this I'm painting, and this guy talks about, oh, I got into this fight with this guy on Twitter. And this whole 30-minute dialogue he had with his dad about some internet thing. And I was like, who the fuck would waste their time and talk about some fight they had on the internet? And I showed this guy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this guy is a small fraction of probably hundreds of thousands of people that are just like that all of a sudden, he could have gotten into a fight with a bot that was fucking China driven, and that's the whole point. I think our temperature is whatever, and they understand oh, we can just add fuel to these issues about whatever.
Right.
It's that's a real ass thing.
I mean, people do argue on the fucking internet, man.
And that's you're right.
That's crazy. Like one of the videos that did real well, there was close to, I don't know, 100,000 or I think it was 40,000, 50,000 comments or something crazy. And I don't comment on all of them. It's a lot, But I'll go through them and shit. And then there's people going back and forth. There's someone that talks shit or says something, and then all of a sudden it's this huge thing. That's how many people. It's crazy. Just to kind of say what you said. There's people that get really upset about things like that on the internet. And like you said, it's just the internet,
Well, their whole life, it's that's their thing. That's their dopamine hit. It's oh, I'll show this. I'm gonna intellectually fucking destroy this person.
Fucking write a paragraph and shit.
It's shut the. That was, and the only reason why I used to be that way, because we got onto the internet. It's funny how we got lucky with the internet in our age.
Yeah.
Because it's we were old enough to when I got onto AOL for the first time, going on wrestling chat rooms, asking chicks to send their ASL. Remember ASL? The ASL days? That's the early 2000s. It's probably late 90s.
Our senior year in high school had the AIM. So now we were that was kind of, we're in class. That was our senior year was the first year, right? That we got the laptop.
Junior year.
Junior year, we all got laptops, which was oh shit, we all got a laptop. But then everybody had it was AIM, right? It was called.
Okay, they gave us these laptops, right? Because they wanted to get St. Joseph, because our St. Joseph's numbers were hurting, right? Yeah. So as like this ploy, they wanted to be the the second high school in the nation that offered online curriculum, and they were trying to say mostly online curriculum. So they pushed this out on timing because we had news that came. Remember, we had to go. We had to go to school like 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because they wanted to shoot a 5 a.m. whatever news segment with all the people in the background. And look at what this school's doing. It was to drive people to go there. Yeah. They tried to slap Isaiah Thomas's name on it too, and they just gave us this internet, no restrictions, no nothing. So we had all the chat rooms. We're all fucking with each other. We're all playing Halo, and then porn through the roof, dude, through the roof. And every so often you'd see, like, I remember I had this. I forgot, man. Who did I even get it from? Maybe even Tarice or something gave me a big. It was all black chick, about big asses. I forgot what the big booty. It was like Big Booty 4 or something. And if you sat in the back of the room, there's like one person who's probably watching porn or fucking around, just like, hey, look, showing somebody something crazy.
You're in class.
You had E-Bombs World. Remember E-Bombs World?
Was it or Rotten.com?
Exactly. Rotten. They start seeing all.
But it was cool because you had the aim of like everyone in the class. You could be chatting and not talking. You know, like you're in class, whatever. Everyone's just talking shit to each other or just talking. But then the teacher would come up, and obviously you'd get caught and you get in trouble. But then I remember someone gave me like a thing where like it was like a program where it's like when the teacher's coming, it was like Control 7 and something. If you pressed it, it like took away the app. Like you couldn't see it that it was running or nothing, or that it was even there. Then you just control something and it'll be back in the chat, but still going. Like oh she passed, almost got my ass. You know, like oh shit. Wow. That was a little while. That was definitely more distracting than anything.
And the way they ran their curriculum is like they would have the same test. Like everyone would get the same test. So like someone took the test at third period, and you had a fifth, you could already know what's going to be on the test. Yeah. You know, it's like, man, wait.
I was getting shit left and right.
I cheated my ass off. Yeah. We had that one teacher who made us read. Remember? I forgot. He was like some old white dude. He was new to St. Joe's. Made us read these. He was like, read this book, and I'm testing you these 5 questions. But everyone got the same 5 questions. So after the first test, everyone knew what was going to be on it.
I was more of that Cliff Notes deal.
I was more about how much little effort can I put in, and effort that we'll stop in like 5 minutes. Cool. Mm-hmm. Actually, fuck it, we can just wrap it up. Finish my thought though. I would put more effort into cheating than I would studying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I figured I had to get that little last thought out there. Anyways, hey, we gotta cut it short.
He wanted to get it out fucking 30 years later.
We all got shits to do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you've been watching this, shit. Oh, hey.
I just got half of Karen Kids.
Hey, you signed that waiver.
That is shit. Hey, but I hope you could see.
Hey, if you've been watching this whole time,
El Camanin is gonna sue.
I appreciate you.
Podcast.
Thank you. Give us a like, give us a subscribe.
Tell us podcast is dangerous.
Tell a friend about us. We're trying to get this bitch rocking and rolling.
It's only the hottest podcast in all the Bruin area.
Yeah, that's right. It's everybody's 11th favorite podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, we're getting 67 views. Suck on that.
And now we found out 15 of them are from Wisconsin.
Love. Peace.